Hi friends, AMD Vegan. I found some nice peaches. They seem to be right in season here in Germany. So I found them. I mean, I guess I can't compare with the Californian peaches. I have internet friends and they tell me about their special peaches. Okay, I admit, but well, we found some good ones here too. I'm very happy when they're in season and I want to make the best of it. So when I make a recipe, I wonder, for example, I have a peach, what to do with the peach? How can I bring forth the best of the peach? Could eat the peach as is, that's not a recipe, but to make it nicer, today I have peaches are delicious to eat as is, that no problem, and then I like that. But to do a little bit more, I have the rest of my yogurt here, cashew yogurt. That's what remains from my last batch. And I have some date mousse. And I'm a big fan of yogurt. As it revived, since I made the cashew yogurt recently, you can watch a video how to make it. It's linked under this video. But you know, after some remakes, you put the when I eat most of the yogurt, there is still something in the big glass, and I put fresh cashew milk into that. A thick, creamy cashew milk, put it over the yogurt, keep it overnight outside the fridge in a warm environment, and then it's yogurt again. So at a certain point, I did that 4 or 5 times or so, at a certain point it begins to remain runny. It's still a yogurt, it tastes like yogurt, yeah, the tart, sour flavor, delicious, is still there, but there you see it's a little bit runny. And I guess that's the time when I need to use new bacteria. Yeah. Okay, and to make it delicious for the peaches, I put the date mousse. There's another video, by the way, how to make date mousse, linked under this video. So you'll find 2 videos, the cashew yogurt videos and the date mousse video. It's just blending dates with water a little bit. Yeah, then you have date mousse. It doesn't keep so long. The date mousse keeps just, I would say, to be safe, if you have a week, you're lucky, because it can turn sour, and that is a pity because you put all the dates into the date mousse. You put a lot of dates into the date mousse. To get a glass with date mousse, you need 30, 40, 50 dates, and you have such a glass. So again, a lot of dates go into there, and if they turn bad, that's not nice. So that's very sad. It's a pity. So I have to use my date mousse pretty soon. So most of the week, not longer, I would say, to make sure that it's not turning sour. So I cannot make too much date mousse ahead of time. There are some things I do not make ahead of time too much, but I always make things ahead of time because that saves a lot of time. If I have these staples at home, date mousse, cashew yogurt, there's so many other buckwheaties, crackers. I make it in large amounts, so I can use them quickly, or dressing for a salad. Then I have saved a lot of time in the daily kitchen. And it takes not so much time to make a huge amount of one ingredient, of one thing, than to make it every time once again and again, in small amounts. That saves a lot of time, this kind of food, and I like that. I like to do that because I like to save time in the kitchen, to make it quick, every day. And sometimes it takes some more time. When I make something special, or some cake, for example, it takes a little bit longer. But for day to day, I make it quick and easy, and I love it. So I can be very creative. And I need to make some, let's see what it tastes like. Don't want to use the same spoon, because I might have to use it again. Oh, yeah, I put the rest in. Put all of it in. That's all I have to do today to prepare my dressing, my yogurt for the peaches. I thought about how to use the peaches. They have to be used. I have been sitting here some time, the right time to use them now. So I thought, what can I do? And I thought, the easiest thing is just put the yogurt on top, some yogurt with some date mousse. because I always loved yogurt with a sweetener. When I was little, we had always yogurt at home. I had a lot of yogurt, and I always put some sugar on top. I loved it, just plain yogurt, nature, and then sugar. Big, and I didn't know that sugar was not good at that time, but I loved that. And now, these memories come back, and I think, wow, yeah, yogurt with date mousse, that might be it, let's try. So I have the peaches now, in small pieces, they go into my bowl. Oops, what there? No, peaches. And the date mousse together, I show you what it looks like, together with date mousse. Show you what it looks like, so that you have a little bit of a better impression. It's like eating peaches with cream a little bit. Yeah, that's what reminds me of it. That's what my first thought was when I went back to my childhood memory. I thought, yeah, that sounds nice. Peaches and cream, like strawberries and cream. That is, nothing is better. You know? That's a image, that is a memory that is deeply rooted in my mind. And I love that always. And yes, this of course tastes a little bit different than the cream, but it's so much better. I thought about that today only, and oftentimes before, that what do I do in kitchen? And I see so many recipes. I'm a big fan of cooking. Earlier time I watched cooking shows and not so much anymore, I have to say. If there are no vegan cooking shows, I don't watch it. And I don't know, not so interested anymore, especially when it's not vegan, yeah. Otherwise I'm open to everything, but less and less non-vegan things, not so much my taste anymore. I go a little bit back from that. And my family also takes the change. My mother and others were always against veganism, and now they have a little bit more understanding, and they drop the meat and dairy, and so they understand after decades. Yeah. Get better and better. And so, me too, I go back from so many things that are still out there, they're not vegan. And that's good. It's also a change in our society. Veganism has now a very safe place here. In Germany, for example, other countries, many people talk about it. There's no doubt anymore. There's such a change. No doubt that vegan is the healthiest diet. So when I look what I'm doing in my kitchen with my recipes, what is that? What makes it so different from what I see in the cooking shows, where they make delicious, fancy recipes. Most of the time it is pretty complicated. And what I do is different. I make it very easy always. And then I wondered, well, is that what they do in these cooking shows? Is that more delicious? Do they like their food more than I do? Am I more disciplined, or not so enjoy? Don't I enjoy my food that much? What is the difference? And I thought, no. What I do is I enjoy my food very much, yeah, but approach it in a different way. I enjoy it in a different way. For example, one big difference is that when I eat food, gets into my body, and it has an effect. It affects all my body. It feels in the belly, and it goes everywhere. It's digested. The nutrients go everywhere, and that is a feeling. It changes the body feeling. Food. For example, in Ayurveda, we also learn that you should feel light after eating. If you feel heavy and I have to sleep after food, then the food is considered too heavy. Ayurveda is an ancient Indian health medicine. It's about holistic. All the universe is in their mind, and they cure for a single person's health, and so very, very personal, very individual approach. Our Western science is more generalizing, not for one individual, but for a whole population, and so that is what Western science does more. And so I feel inside how the food changes myself. I feel light afterwards, I want to sleep, or many things that change. in my body after that. And that is an important part of my pleasure that I enjoy. So if I eat food and it is in my mouth, that's one thing. It can be exciting, and I want that. But even more important is, what do I think 1 hour later, 3 hours later, a day later, and so on? Yeah, these kind of things also matter. That's more important to me, more and more, that I go into the food. And well, basically, food is for us to survive. That we have to eat to survive, to live, and not live to eat. It's a little bit an odd statement, but it is true, basically. And I think when I have a more holistic approach about what the food does in my body, the same idea is if you make a recipe. Yeah, a good chef wants to make sure that if he writes down a recipe, they say, before I do that, I have to find out if that recipe, if I redo it the next day, if I do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, if I do it 1 year later, is that still a good recipe? Or is it only the recipe in the first moment, and then if I repeat it, I find something I don't like so much? So recipe has to be tested. The same way, that's a similar thing. The more holistic approach is what I do, and I think in the end that is even more, I enjoy my food more and more, not less and less, because it might be seen as a restriction to be vegan, or even raw and vegan. Yeah, most food here I present as raw. Here, this is my peaches with a date yogurt. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? I mean, also, that is also joy to watch, right? It looks so beautiful to me, and also part of my pleasure that I have when I make and consume my own food, and I present it to you. That's also a pleasure to share. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my videos, subscribe, and Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.